Hi, everyone. We still have a couple of minutes. Could you just please tell me that you can hear me? How is my audio? Is my audio coming through? Okay, great, great, great. Thank you. Let me give me like 1 or 2 more minutes. I'll be right back, and we're going to start. All right. Good afternoon, all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is James Buchman. I've been trading for about 16 years, partnered up with NINZA almost a year ago, August of last year. I have my own Discord group where I share key levels for 7 futures instruments, including the NASDAQ, S&P, Russell, Dow, gold, crude oil, and the 6E, the euro. Um, so we do have a slideshow, and I'm going to show you the slideshow, but I figured most of the time these webinars take place at 4 p.m. when markets are closed. I figured, wouldn't it be fun to try and catch a trade while the market is open? Um, so just some background first, just to kind of explain to you. Let's talk about the indicator, first of all, what it's all about and how I trade it. So if we go back to 9:30, for example, I'm Eastern time, so 9:30 for me is the session open. Okay, so here is how I trade this indicator. I like to take the first signal in a particular direction in one move, meaning that I don't like taking subsequent signals. Just from my observation, not only with ThunderZilla, but other indicators as well, when you start getting multiple signals in the same direction, like continuation trades, the first one tends to be the best, and the subsequent, I believe, have slightly lower probability of success. Not that they're necessarily losing trades, but I feel definitely, like this first one, right? Now that's before the open, but this first signal is the best compared to everything else. So the first one is the best. That's what I prefer to take. First signal only. Another thing, I prefer to trade the first hour to hour and a half of the session. Normally, I do not trade at this time. It is 2 p.m. now, my time, about 2 hours before the close. Very often, I'm done by 11. I'm just not looking to trade after that. But since we have a webinar, maybe I can catch a trade. Um, so that's another thing. So first signal and 9:30 to like 11 o'clock, sometimes even earlier. Also, I believe in having a trading plan. Part of this trading plan should include your daily goal, and it should be reasonable based on the time frame, let's say, that you are trading, right? This is a very small time frame, 8-3 King Renko, very small time frame. It would be unreasonable of me to say, I want to go for $1,500. Not that it's not possible, but I think it's unreasonable. Larger time frames, sure, but this is for scalping. What do I consider to be scalping? I don't know, $50 to $100. Maybe 3 to 5 points, trading one E-mini, that to me is scalping the Nasdaq. So that's another big. And now another reason why it's so important to have a trading plan is because you're not going to just keep on trading, right? You have a winning trade, you're done. Shut the computer or go on sim. If you keep on going, eventually you will get yourself in trouble. Anyway, that's a separate thing though. But let's kind of talk about the indicator by itself. So this is a trend following indicator by its nature, but it waits for pullbacks. And the way NINZA designed it, it can withstand chop very well. Now, being a trend indicator, obviously chop is its enemy, right? There are some indicators that do great during range bound kind of directionless conditions. Like your overbought, oversold indicators do great when things are just ranging. They get destroyed when the markets are directional, right? Because there is no overbought market if it's just shooting up. It can continue to be overbought for a long time. But this one is trend following with a very nice ability to withstand chop. Now, you're going to see here this. What does this mean here? This means that a move down, so you see that there is a move down here in a bullish condition. So there is a bullish condition, but there is a move down, and this one here says the move down is overdone. So this is not an official buy signal. For me, however, I treat it under the right conditions, I treat it as a buy signal. Why? Because if I'm looking at a particular market and it is in what I call a strong position, meaning that the path of least resistance is to the upside, the market is strong, I'll be looking for temporary oversold conditions to buy. That's what this says. We're oversold, and to me, this is a buy. And again, scalping, right? To me, this here is a nice scalping move. I'm done. Right there, I'm done. Here it is again, right? Move down, overdone. Not an official buy signal from the indicator. We're going to see official buy signals. This is not an official buy signal, but this is an oversold situation in the market that is strong. Now, here is what I mean. Let's, okay. This is not the first buy signal, right? The first one was all the way here, right? This was the first one. This is what the market opens. I would take these. So I would take these because this is oversold in a bullish market. But I would hesitate taking this. Now, the truth is, it should still be good enough for a scalp. but I would hesitate taking this long, this buy signal. That's just me. This is not an official word from NINZA, okay? This is me as a trader analyzing the situation in real time. I did trade this today, by the way. I don't remember which trades. Now, then the trend changes, and here is a sell. Now, let me again, give you my approach to trading. When I come into the day, I have a very specific plan. I share this plan with my Discord group and in the live room. Today for the NASDAQ, I was actually looking for pullbacks to buy. In other words, I wasn't so much interested in the short side. I wanted the market to retrace down to buy. So because my trading plan included opportunities to buy, this is a completely legitimate short signal, and it would have definitely hit scalping targets, but I stayed away because I'm looking to buy. You understand? I'm looking for a retracement to buy. Now, that's just, again, my personal trading approach. I never come into the day not knowing what to look for. I know exactly what to look for. And I'm just waiting for the market to cooperate with my plan. If it does, great, I'm trading. If it doesn't, I'm not trading. But in any case, this is a sell, short. Now, take a look what happens. There was another one. Again, I would take only the first one. If I was looking for shorts, I would only take the first one. The second one worked out just fine. Look what happens after the second one. Overdone on the downside. In the market that I already am looking to buy. So this is, again, this is just my approach. What I'm saying now is not an official word from NINZA. I'm just saying, if a market is strong and it's retracing, and then you're getting oversold conditions, it is aggressive, but you might want to consider a buy here. But let's kind of keep that aside. This is nothing official from NINZA. Here is the buy. I mean, that's what I'm looking for, right? I come into the day wanting a retracement to buy. So this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Now, here is a question. These symbols here mean that the market is overdone on the upside. In this move, what it's saying is there should be a retracement down, okay? Overdone on the upside. Now, I said along here or even here, this is still good enough for a scalp. This is obviously better, but we don't know this ahead of time. So would I want to take the short? Because why not? Well, no, because I'm not looking to go short anyway. And again, strong markets have no overbought situations, my opinion. But here it is, the move. And here is, again, just to show you the first signal, right? The first signal is better than the second. That's why I only go for the first. I do not go for the second. Okay. We have a turn. Now, this here, so this is overdone on the downside. Here was one, here was two, here was another one. This one means momentum is down, meaning the indicator sees a continuation move, in this case, down. This is a momentum kind of a symbol here that we should see a move down. Indeed, there is a move lower here. This is the sell signal, an official sell signal. And once again, I would not be looking for it, but the indicator nailed it perfectly. A beautiful short trade. Now, kind of going back to having a trading plan, right? This move should have been done. I'm seeing this move, I'm taking this move, and I'm done. I'm not going to keep on trading. That's not a good idea. But I'm just going to show you all the signals just because it's a webinar. But as far as your trading, I just want to make it clear, your trading should not include constantly looking for signals, constantly looking to enter trades. In your trading plan, there should be a daily goal. It should be a reasonable daily goal. And this move should have definitely hit that daily goal. In any case, let's keep on going. So here buys, and again, I'm looking for buys. Let's say for some reason I'm not done, or I missed that signal. These are fine, right? So this is, I just want to kind of, I know it looks like it's just trending up beautifully, but if when you really take a look, you're going to see it's not really trending up beautifully. It is very much sideways while having higher highs and higher lows. Overall, it's not just like directionally up, but this indicator again has this ability to withstand chop, and it will identify if there is any hint of some kind of a direction. It will catch it, and it will try its best. Obviously, nothing is perfect, to eliminate the chop, or at least reduce the chop. There is no eliminating the chop, um, but to at least reduce the chop. Um, and so here we are. Again, I'm not interested in shorts here, but this short again would have definitely hit a scalping target. Here is an example why we don't keep on trading. This probably would not be enough for a scalp. That's about, well, it's about 4 points. I guess depends what you're going for. But eventually you see how, you know, if you just keep on trading, it's not a very good idea. Although I do think this first signal should have been enough for some kind of a quick scalp. But I guess it's up, it depends on your plan. Here is an oversold situation. So again, not an official buy signal by any means. But I'm looking at this, right? Again, I'm looking for pullbacks to buy in the NASDAQ. And here is oversold situation, and the market just shoots up. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention also. So this is a losing long, I'm guessing for sure. Um, Here is where I also kind of get somewhat hesitant. When a move is already well in progress before you see a signal. See, if there was a signal here, if there was a signal here, I would have taken it 10 out of 10 times. When I see already this, I am somewhat hesitant to take this long. If we kind of look back at the really good signals, they appear before the move happens, right? Before the move happens. We can even kind of go back here. You see this, right? Before the move happens. If this is the first signal, let's say we did not have this one, if this is the first signal, I get a bit iffy here. Because already, remember, this is a very small time frame, and this is the NASDAQ, which is just like a wild mule. Anyway, this is good. If this is the first signal, I would hesitate. Anyway, let's get back to here. Again, oversold situation, and the market's going up. I'm ignoring the shorts. It's a good thing here I did. No longs, no longs, just a whole bunch of oversold, which would give you probably a scalp. But this is a move lower. Now, if I was looking for shorts, I would have taken this one. It's not too bad yet. Even this one would have worked. I wouldn't have taken that. This one I would have taken and oversold. Well, the indicator is bullish. And again, probably I just like between 4 and 5 points here. So maybe enough for a scalp. Now we're getting into the time that I don't trade, right? Lunchtime, I don't trade, but we can look at signals here. Probably a loser. I'm guessing not enough here for a scalp. Probably a loser. This one you see again, right? Overdone a little bit. If it happened earlier, I would have taken it. This short would have been fine. I just wasn't looking for shorts. Nothing is happening. Lunchtime. Again, I'm not trading at this time. This is no good. This is probably no good. This is fine. This is fine. I'm questioning if I would have taken it, just based on the fact that it didn't come early. So I'm not sure if I would have taken this. Ended up being a beautiful move. Shorts. Shorts. This long is a losing trade. Short is a winning trade. We're moving up. A bit of a down on the long side. This is fine. This is good. Now this is good. You see how it happens early? That's what I like. Right over here. This is good. Okay. And yeah, more buys, a short. These buys are okay for a scalp for sure. And now we're coming to uh, real time. So I'm definitely am looking to buy, but let's see, 218. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. In the meantime, maybe let's look at some other markets. Let's look at the YM. Hold on. Where is it in Zoom? Why don't I see it? Give me 1 minute here. Okay, the YM. Okay. So in the YM, unlike the Nasdaq, I was actually looking for short positions. The YM was very weak compared to the Nasdaq. It's just a very weak market. Um, I have a couple of traders in my room who trade the YM, and I was telling them first thing in the morning it's going to be hitting 540 um, when it was around like 620 or something. So again, a bit pre-market, but short trades. That's what I'm looking for in a YM. I would ignore the longs, look for shorts in the YM. Here is another short. Ignore the longs, but this one is fine. Here is another short. And again, but I'm always going back to that. You just must have a daily goal. You just can't be trading and just say, eventually you're going to get bit. So this was another good short on the YM. Decent short here. Again, not taking the second signal, just the first. Just the first. And now it's so not much action, but on a short side, you would have done fine. On a YM, let's look at gold. So gold opens a little earlier than the indices. Hold on, let me find it. Where is gold? Gold. Hold on. Okay. So gold after the news this morning, gold was like, well, from gold, I was looking to sell from 23.35 down to 23.18. This was my gold plan for the day to come down from 35 to 18, but gold did fine on both ends here. A buy, a sell, a buy. This sell a bit too late, otherwise it's a loss. And not much is happening since then. So again, gold is the kind of market where, if I don't catch something early, I because then it loses its momentum. And so like I would try to catch it early, either a buy or a short, but I would not keep trading it after like 10:30. No, gold has to be done with early. So these two are fine. After that, I would not have, kept trading. Yeah, even though this long is still fine, this would probably, if anything, but I would not even trade that. This would have been the last trade I would have taken. For me, it was really the short. It was the short from here because I wanted to trade toward 23.18 in gold. Do I have anything else? I think that's it. Let's bring you back to the NASDAQ. Let's see if we can get any kind of retracement to trade. Yeah, let's give them a little bit of time, then maybe I'll just go over the slide. So again, the biggest benefits of this indicator, which I actually believe it's a combination of two other great systems by NINZA, but that's just my opinion. Uh, but it has a fairly good ability of withstanding chop, which is great because it is a trending indicator, and most trending indicators have a hard time when it comes to dealing with chop. This one is pretty good. So this now, as far as stops, right? Where are the stops? So I think the official word is stops are in the case of long, slightly maybe below this blue line. Obviously, stops are very personal, right? Um, I know traders who put the stops right below the signal bar. This way, the risk is very small. Um, there's nothing wrong with that. Then the risk is small, and you can shoot for larger uh, targets, I guess. But the official word is, in the case of a long, slightly below the blue line. In the case of a short, slightly above the red line over here. So they're shooting up. Let's just maybe give them a couple of more minutes. Let's see if there's anything. Any questions, by the way? Now's a good time to ask while we try to give them a couple of minutes to see if I can have a retracement. Again, I'm not looking for short trades. I just don't know what they'll give me now going into the close soon. Yeah, I don't want to just waste anyone's time here. So let's take a look at the slideshow. 1 minute here. Where is it? Okay, hold on. All right. So ThunderZilla. So that's pretty much what we've been looking at, right? It is a trending indicator that looks for pullbacks. In the case of a short, we have kind of a red cloud here. The indicator waits for a retracement and then a continuation bar in the same direction, and then it shoots a signal, in this case, a short. So yeah, this is the trend, right? It waits for a trend and then a retracement. This is me. Yeah, if you need to get in touch with me with any questions, this is my email, algodaytrading@yahoo.com. Algodaytrader.net is my website. My, let's see. This is my Discord group. So this is the daily plan, right? So for the S&P in the room live, when the session opened, I said if S&P gets below 38, I'll be looking for a move down to 25 and 21 with a possibility of 05. They made a low of 08. And these are the daily levels that I post after Globex opens in the evening for the following day. So people already know what levels to look for in these 7 markets the following day. So anyway, so that's me. Well, we obviously know about our challenges as traders, anything from how to look for an entry to how to manage a trade, and this indicator does it. Excuse me, does it all. Excuse me, my dogs are misbehaving. Guys, come on, get out, 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 out. Thank you. Okay. Um, so we know the problems. This is the indicator. Now, as far as bar types, right? So that's a good question. Bar types. I personally prefer the King Renko bar. I think the King Renko bar is a far superior bar. because it's not an irregular bar. The regular ninja, the regular Renko bar, like the ninja Renko bar, it's an irregular bar, meaning that it doesn't really start and end where it looks like it does. Um, so it's really not suitable, for example, for backtesting. But the King Renko bar is a superior bar, and yeah, you can definitely backtest with this. So the backtest, this is on the NASDAQ. I did not do the backtest. I don't do backtests. I trade in real time. But there are people of backtest. So this is a backtest. Very impressive, no question. 200 days on the NASDAQ. There is a video um, that actually shows, I think I have the video here. Maybe I'll play it toward the end. It has no audio, at least not that I can hear. But this is the back test. This is the S&P. And by the way, S&P, I think S&P is by far the most challenging market to trade with indicators, my opinion, my experience. I don't know. I, I cannot get anything to truly be profitable with the S&P, but this one apparently is. Now, I do not trade the S&P with any indicators, but apparently this indicator does do well according to this back test on the S&P. So these are the details for that. The YM also. The YM is fine. The YM I can definitely trade the YM with ThunderZilla, no problem. So we discussed it, right? It is a trend following. It waits for pullbacks. It has the extra bonus of letting you know if a particular move is overdone on the upside or on a downside. And it also draws momentum signals, meaning that a continuation move in the same direction is expected. I can show this maybe. So this is the overdone signal, it's a retracement, but you see if I can, this, right? So this here just shows that there was strong momentum to the downside over here. Okay, so again, I'm not interested in short trades. These are short trades. I would not be taking those. I would be taking those. I missed it, but I would be taking. So again, this is a situation where now this is drawn in real time upon bar close. One thing I forgot to mention: all signals are drawn upon bar close, and they do not repaint. So once a signal appears, it does not repaint. Okay. Um, and they're drawn in real time on bar close. There was another one here, by the way. So this one and this one would have been great for longs. But I wanted to show you, this is the momentum type. I don't really trade those. And again, I wasn't looking for short trades anyway. See if I can, this is a momentum long over here. This one, for me, for today would have been better. This kind of long. Again, this is not an official buy. And to me, the more attractive buys are the ones with the more retracement, like this one here, like this one here, like this one here. So yeah, and now I lost, of course, hold on. Where is, oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Right, so here now they're showing you the S&P, and that's great. If you can trade the S&P with ThunderZilla, that is awesome. Again, I do not personally trade the S&P with any indicator. I think S&P is a very challenging market. So here they're using this is a ninjatrader, I believe. So you can use ninjatrader with this product, with this tool. So these are all the things we've seen on live charts. So now another thing I forgot to mention. So there are a whole bunch of parameters that you can change. I did not change a thing in these settings for this demonstration. Now, actually, and I read it just before the webinar, if you see the trend, NINZA actually recommends it to be 100, but it comes with 60, okay? And I did not want to change anything because I didn't want to get into the whole thing about settings. What are the settings here? What are the settings there? The truth is, depending on the market you are trading, if you can take the time and optimize it, you would get better results probably than I did with just out of the box settings. And I used out of the box settings. This is the trend and everything else. I did not change a thing. Okay, so that's important to notice because you would do better if you play around with it because it's hard to compare the Nasdaq to crude oil, for example, right? These are very different markets. So it would not make sense that same settings would be used successfully in both of these markets. I just did not want. So all the charts I showed you had the same settings out of the box, unchanged as is. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's get to the deals, shall we? This way, you were nice enough to stay here. And okay, where are you? All right. Okay, so this is a $2,000 system, $2,600 system, and the first 15 licenses will go for $796. You can also use this code for a $200 gift, which is nice. And yeah, contact this email with any questions. I know nothing about NINZA policies or anything like that. So any clarification regarding the product or the sale or the gifts or anything, you contact info@ninza.co because I just trade. That's all I do. I just trade. Okay. What else? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They prefer the 100 EMA. That's not what I used. I used whatever was in the settings. I did not change anything. Okay, but this is the recommendation from NINZA. These are time frames. So again, this is what they recommend. I don't think I had that. Let's actually, it's something I should mention. 1 minute. Okay. So I used 8.3 for today. Now, why 8.3? I use three types of bar sizes. Well, it's all King Renko, but I use 8.3 or 12.4 or 16.4 based on the volatility that I think we're going to have. Now, after a day like yesterday, right, with the huge move, very often markets go into a consolidation state, right? I did not expect really a very huge range today. I did not expect a huge volatility because of that. So I used a smaller bar type. The smaller the volatility, the smaller bar type I use. Normally, I use 12.4. When I think there's going to be normal volatility, and now we are entering the summer, and as we know, the summer sometimes things get lazy. I might be using 8.3 for the rest of the summer, and I missed a long. Talking too much. Okay, so I use 8.3 uh, for the probably for the rest of the summer. When things go crazy, I can use 12.4 or even as big as 16.4 on the Nasdaq. I use 6.3 on a YM and I use 6.3 on gold. Sometimes gold gets a bit more volatility. I might use 8.3, but for the most part, 6.3 for those two instruments. What's this now? Okay, well, they have different ideas of how to use the signals. Again, I think it becomes very individual. I would not keep taking a whole bunch of signals in the same direction. That's me. I just, the first one, yeah, take the first short and try to hold on or just hit your target and be done. But to keep trading, even they're saying here, eventually you're going to get some losers here. It's the first short and it's the first long. And I believe you're going to do much better if you just pick the first signal in a given direction. My opinion. Okay, so we've seen demonstrations and right, well, the buy, continuation moves, the momentums I was talking about. So all of this we have seen. And I don't know if I would love to see another one of these oversold things here, signals. It's not really a signal, I guess what, like, not sure what the word for it's not really a signal. Object? This is the actual signal. Again, you don't want to be necessarily trading at this time. I'll just try to catch something. Even if I take a loss, I did okay today with this indicator. So even if I take a loss, it's okay. Just want to see if there is anything. Again, I would love to get one of these. Ah, sorry about that. The wife is calling. Yeah, so I would love to get one of these. So we have a couple of minutes. Let's see if we can get anything like that. And again, I would strongly discourage you from trading at this time, but maybe I should, while we wait, uh, put again. Okay, questions. So this is the deal, right? This way you have it in case you have to leave. Hmm. I just saw your comment. I'm sorry. You want to see more of a chart to the left? You came in a bit late. Let's do that. I don't know if they'll give me anything here. So let's go back to 9:30. 9:30. So this is right before 9:30. I mentioned that I always prefer the first signal in a given direction. I pointed out how well this indicator can handle chop. A whole bunch of indicators would give you buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. This one stays with a bigger trend within reason. Of course, it is a very small time frame. This would be the first short. Again, I was looking for longs today, but this is a legitimate and definitely a profitable short trade. Here is a long trade. Again, the first signal in a direction and before the move is overdone. That's another important point. Um, I think it's important to keep in mind all of these things, all of these indicators and whatnot, they are trading tools, right? We are not to just use them blindly. We need to use them in context. These tools are not here to replace us, they are here to help us. And so, when I'm looking at a chart, and let's say today I'm planning to trade ThunderZilla, and I do my homework the day before. I'm looking for long setups. I would let go of this and it's a winning trade, and I would be absolutely okay with it. I would be looking for this. This to me is worth all the work and the waiting. And then I'm done. I'm not keep going to the well. Because if you keep going to the well, eventually you fall in. Um, again, you see first signal is better. The second one, not so much. First signal is very good before the move is overdone. First signal. This one, again, I'm not sure, depending on what you consider a scalp. There was about $80 here. I don't know if this is enough or not. If it's not enough, well, then it's a losing trade. This is an example of a move that's overdone. See, if it came here, it would have been great, but there was no signal here. This is a bit overdone. A whole bunch of shorts. No long here, but there is overdone on a downside object here, which is enough for a scalp. This long is not enough. Again, so now we're getting into after 10:30, 11 o'clock. If you came in late, I said that for my own trading, I do not like to trade between like 11 and 2 p.m. In general, after 11. I mean, if I have to, sometimes I make a video or whatnot, and then I have to trade after 2. I cannot make a video before 2 because I have a room. But if I have to trade after the room closes, it would be after 2 p.m., but never during lunchtime. Just not a good deal. Again, these settings are out of the box. I change nothing. If you play with them a bit, you could make the retracements shallower retracements to give you a buy signal, in which case maybe it would have been a buy here. So this is coming closer to now. And let's just, okay, yeah, so they didn't give me my oversold and they shut up. So uh, those are the breaks, but definitely all day today, I was favoring the long side in the NASDAQ. So let's once again show you this. And let's see if there are more questions. Bigger time frame, so give me an idea. Bigger time frame, okay. You don't have to use them only for scalping. I mean, in my opinion, it is designed to be a scalping indicator. Could you use it? Well, let's try a larger time frame. I don't know. Again, I use 8/3, 12/4, or 16/4. You want to use something bigger? How about 25, 25, I don't know, 8? I mean, I never tried this. I'm just, let's just see. So this is 25/8. Obviously, your stops would be bigger, but your targets would be bigger. This is 9:30. You want to try like a time bar? Let's try a time bar. Again, I never tried this, and I imagine for a time bar, you would need to change the settings. I think you would have to change the settings, but I can't obviously deal with it now. But here is a time bar. This is a 1 minute. Here is 9:30. Very choppy. Again, you would need to have pretty small targets to make this work, but really you would need to change the settings. Because I mean, what's the main difference between something like a King Renko and a time bar? A King Renko, you know exactly where it's going to start, where it's going to end, right? A time bar, not every bar is the same size, obviously. You would need to play with the settings. So could it be used on a larger time frame? I believe it could be, but you would need to play with the settings for sure, for sure. And you might even need to get in before the signal, like along once you see blue background and green bars and red background and red bars, right? Green background, blue background, green bars for a long. So that's kind of where we are. So I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess it's possible. Okay. All right. I don't see any more questions. So yeah, I want to thank everyone here. Thank you for coming. Any questions for me? Again, you can email me. I'm somewhere here. But any information, yeah, but any information about the product or about the sale, then you contact info@NINZACO. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you all. Enjoy your day. I will see you next time.